Shilpi has been very kind. She's been asking me to come speak to you all for a long time now, and wo kuch ho raha tha, we couldn't just do it, but finally I'm here, right? And don't go on words. She's been praising me too much. Aisa kuch bhi nahi hai. We are all, you guys are doing great as well. So a great round of applause for all of you also. Because अगर आप लोग ऐसे देख के बैठ के मुझे सुनने के लिए बैठे रहोगे तो I'll get nervous. So let's just make it more interactive. And okay, so I am expecting a lot of questions because life journeys are interesting only when questions are asked. Otherwise, I wouldn't know कि are you listening to me or are you thinking about something else. But before we begin, आप सबको एक piece of paper मिला हुआ है. I hope you have a pen or a pencil, whatever, with you. I would all want you to do a simple exercise. It will just take a minute. Yeah. तुम्हें दूँ? Why not do it? Please pass him a pen or a paper. Everybody has it? Okay. So what I want you to do is, on this piece of paper, I just want you to draw a geometrical shape quickly, whatever shape you like the best. Big, just cover the whole paper. A square, a circle, a rectangle, an octagon, anything that you like. Yeah, मतलब take as much space in the paper, just make a big shape. Just one shape? Just one shape. Ah, okay. Tell me when all of you are done with this. Done? Everybody done? Okay. So now fold that piece of paper into half. Now as you fold it, the side that's facing you, right, what is that one thing that you would want to do or try if somebody told you you will not fail in that? Like if there is no fear of failure in that one thing and you would like to give it a try. Any one thing. It could be a hobby, it could be a business plan, it could be something that you want to do today, it could be something that you want to buy. Just one thing where there is no, I have given you the guarantee that आप इसमें fail नहीं होगे. So just go try it. What would that one thing be? Written? Oh, nice. I can see some people are really thinking hard. It should be easy. हम रोज बात करते हैं, यार काश मैं ये कर सकती, काश मैं ये कर सकता. तो what is that one thing? आपने लिख लिया? Done? Awesome. जिन्होंने लिख लिया है, now just keep the piece of paper beside you for the rest of the session. We'll come to it later. I'm waiting for everyone to be done so that we can move on.
So Namrata last में खास को बोलेंगी इसके.
I have the superpowers today. Everybody done? Can I hear a yes? Yes. Awesome. आपने साइड में रख दिया पेपर? Yeah? Okay. So keep it aside and now we'll begin the session. So when Shilpi asked me to come here and I was invited, I was asked to talk about my life story, right? And so my topic says, beginnings have no expiration date, right? And can anybody tell me what does that exactly mean to you if you heard the title, Beginnings Have No Expiration Date. Anyone? Pita, you want to say something? What did you think of it?
Basically, I didn't know the meaning of expiration.
Okay.
Beginning has no expiration date.
Anything that comes to your mind hearing this title? Resilience. Anybody else?
Learnings are like every day. So if you have not learned anything, so do not regret this start. So there is no expiration.
That's a good explanation. Yes, close to it. Anybody else? जो भी आपने सोचा. Yes. Perfect, bingo. So that's just a fancy sentence to say ki, when I got married when I was 18 years old, she mentioned that a lot of us have a lot of aspirations as to what to do in life and what to achieve for oneself. But trust me, in that age you don't understand a thing. You don't know what you want to do. You don't know what you're capable of, what your strengths are, what you need to work on, or what you want to do in life. Life was just thrown at you, and I was quite naive to be getting married at that age. That was a family decision. It worked out all fine, by the way, but because I take it positively, as I am done with my kids and my marital life, and I am in a place where I can start now. A lot of people get married, they are in the middle of their careers, and life begins like that for them. They take whatever break, and there are hiccups when you are settling in life and all that. So for me, all of that journey happened much before I jumped into the career path. So at the age of 18, I got married, and I was married into a small village. There were 30 people living in the house, and I was a typical housewife. And after getting married, I realized, this is not the life that I want to settle in. I was constantly dissatisfied, and I just wanted something more out of my life at that time also. I had a child, and she's 20 years old now, and she's studying and she's doing great for herself. And there's only one piece of advice that I've always given her, that you're not getting married until you've made something out of yourself. It's not about being a girl or a guy in today's culture. It's about just realizing who you are. Money comes and goes. Your family can always support you. You'll always find different ways of earning money. But until you've discovered yourself, settling into another family, finding a life partner when you don't know yourself only, could be really tricky later on in your life. So in fact, in my 30s, I discovered what exactly I want from my life. How do I want to proceed further? What is it that I really want to achieve for myself, and what do I want to do about it? And somehow that's the age when you also find the courage and confidence in yourself ki, okay, I can do it. I don't think an 18-year-old girl can ever do that, right? So I am sure we can all connect to our 18-year-old selves and understand what I am talking about right now. And I think what I've been told, that you are all in your 30s right now. All of you are married? No? How many of you are married? Okay, so I would say 50%. Yeah? And others are waiting to get married, is it? So are there those married, unmarried discussions happening in the office? Oh, she's so lucky. Oh, you're settled already. Huh? That is happening? I don't think it's good on either side. No, so being married has its own challenges, of course, and being unmarried has its own things that you need to take care of. So I like how you have a 50% women almost and 50% men working. It's a very good work culture. I think that is very nice. Yes. So my point here was that marriage is something that you choose for yourself. You find a life partner, you find a family. In India, it's of course getting married to the whole family. So it's not about that should stop you from what you are doing. But at the same time, you can't even become a rebel, right? For me, it was turning out to be kind of rebel, because in my kind of family setup from the business background that I come in, and imagine Raipur 20 years back. Raipur was way different 20 years back. I don't think there was even a multiplex here or a mall here or a proper hotel here at that time when I got married. So it is quite rebellious of me to try and ask something, the fears, the hesitations of can I do this? The permissions that I was seeking from my own family, from my own parents, from my own husband, can I do this? And it was difficult at that time, but now the things have changed, the avenues have changed, the career options have changed, and what I have realized is today, being married or not being married, I think you always have the option to do something for yourself, always, right? And I think that is one thing that one should never stop doing, or should never settle for. Like your current job, you're passionate about it, great, go ahead, keep doing it. But on the side, like when COVID hit, what was that one thing that kept you going? I don't think most of us were working, right? So what was that one thing that kept you going? A lot of us took up cooking, a lot of us took up our hobbies again, once again. That was a reminder for all of us that it is so important for us to have a life apart from working or apart from being married. Right? What are you? Who are you? What's your personality? What is it that you would want to do with yourself? Do you even spend a couple of minutes with yourself alone every day? A lot of us are afraid of doing that. I don't think, like I was doing that back then, right? But as you progress and as you grow, you realize that as a personality, what is it that we want to do for ourselves? What is it that people want us to remember us by once we are not here anymore? Right? So that will give you a lot of your answers about who you are and what you want to do in your life. So getting on, when it is only 9 years since I have started working and local happened to me, and I think I was really nervous. I was not even able to speak for a radio interview. Getting a mic in front of me would put me down through chills and shivers, and I was nervous like hell because I wasn't exposed to that at all. So when local happened to me, I discovered myself. I realized ki what is it exactly that I am good at, because now imagine an 18-year-old girl getting married, doing everything that you're expected to do out of being married, and then suddenly you're getting an opportunity to do something. Somebody else is realizing that what you are good at and you don't know about it. My friends had that faith in me, I did not. So that is how local was offered to me. I'm not the founder. Parul Khurana alone is the founder of local, and first local she did it all by herself. Then we joined her, 4 of us joined her. Sahil, I believe, has been with you all recently. So he was one of the partners as well. And it was because of all these 4 of people and their trust in me that I was able to find myself, that what I am good at, what's my skill set, do I have a command in something. And trust me, I'm still discovering myself, I'm learning each day. And local has taught me a lot every single day. That time we were just 5 people. Now we are a team of maybe 20. Ankit here is with me, who's doing a great work for social media for us. So please. He's my cheerleader. Yes. So it wasn't easy, but yes, I made my way, and we are still learning, discovering. And people will always be jealous of you. This is the point that I want to make out of this. Like, nobody wants good for you to happen. So you need to be your own cheerleader and your own support person, in the journey. So yeah, this was a brief about my story. I would like to take in any questions right now, so that before I make second point, we can just anything about the local, anything about you want to know.
So, Namrata, we would like to know that which city you belong to, and you said you got married in a very small village, that is Raipur?
Yeah. Small village was because my family was so big. Everybody thought ki, I'm getting married in a village like that. The 30 people living under a roof. You can't imagine that even today. Like 35 people living in a, yeah.
And we would also like to know about your daughter or your family members.
Yeah. So I'm from Jaipur, and I have done so I got married right after my 12th. I've done my studies after getting married, and I've completed my MSc also, and I have done a jewelry designing course also. But I have had no formal training of events. no skill set. So if anybody at that time, if I would take a resume and fill in the blanks, I wouldn't have anything to write. Nobody would hire me because I had no skill set. Just a BA degree, and that's all.
And what about your kids?
So Astha, I have one daughter. She is studying business management right now. She is in France, and she aspires to, she's also discovering herself. She wants to do something in management. Just one daughter. Yeah.
So how were you, Namrata, while you were growing up? What kind of girl you were, and how your partners found you, and how did they inspire you to become part of Local?
So see, as I told you, I didn't know myself. And we always seek for outside validation for what we are good at. Like, we double check ourselves. Even when we are getting ready, we ask our person, whoever is there, am I looking okay? Am I doing okay? Like right now I'll ask, did I speak well? So there's this always the outside validation that we speak, right? I don't know why we do that. Why are we not confident enough? But we do that. And what Parul, Sahil, Sankalp, Neelu Bhaiya, they saw in me was somebody who's creative, somebody who can do things. I didn't have that confidence. Literally, I didn't know that even if I am good enough in that. I second guessed myself at each point. And initially, I just started with the creative side in Local. So all the decor that you see, the layouts that you see, the elements that you see, that is all me. We plan. So I was obsessing at the time at making miniatures of everything and putting it out, because see, in the absence of formal training, you don't know where you'll go wrong. So for me to just think and whether it's okay or not, or whether I should do this or not, my only way was either sketch it out or make a miniature, or keep doing, just keep seeing ki ye main theek kar rahi hu, ki main theek nahi kar rahi hu. So they saw that in me. They saw that I have a command on my language. I can speak to people. I can close things well for my company. So that is what then I started doing. Right now I'm handling the whole office all by myself, because my partner Parul, she doesn't live here in the city. And so day to day, so the creative side was just one part of being in Local. Managing ideation, putting ideas into thought, that is what my actual work right now is. So conceptualizing and then putting that concepts into action. See, it's very easy for us to sit and give 20 ideas, right? Everybody can think and talk, okay, let's do this, let's do that. But how will that actually happen? That is the main action plan that you should all also have in doing anything in life, right? That is how breaking down into small steps. So I think I'm good in that. Yes, please.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When the Local is born, how the Local is born,
and what are the hurdles you face finding the Local, and how do you convert that hurdles into the opportunities? Can you please speak about that?
Yes.
And how your team look like, and what are the goals with this brand, and where do you want to proceed with this brand?
Oh, okay.
Short behind the scenes.
Are you trying to get into events by any chance? Tell me. Do we have, see? These questions can come from people only who have that thing going in their heads. So,
There are a huge team of BigMint events also.
Okay. Then I would like to you all to ask me questions related to events also. Definitely, I would love to answer them. So, first question that you asked, what are the hurdles? And funding, you asked me?
no, not funding,
Then?
where the Local was born, and what was the idea behind the Local?
Okay, so the idea behind the Local was very clear. Raipur didn't have a platform. A lot of our people, our generation was moving out for studies, and they didn't want to come back, because after getting a higher education or a better skill set, you weren't getting the opportunities here in your town to get value for what your skill set was, right? So the idea behind the Local was, if we make our community stronger, if we bring out those talents, धीरे धीरे it will grow into a good business opportunity and people will start coming back in. And thankfully COVID में a lot of people came back in, and we were surprised every single time we were hunting for new people new brands. We were always surprised with the number of variety we've seen over these past years. So when local started, it had only 22 stalls and the footfall was 1500 people, the first local. But there you knew that you with. So it's that B2B, peer-to-peer learning that was missing in the city. So local was born purely out of that concept to bring a sense of community in the city, and so that people will want to come back home, people will want to come back and do something for their city. वो avenues बनेंगे, वो opportunities बनेंगी. So that was the whole mindset. The hurdles, yes. So first local का example दूंगी. When the first local happened, I think it took an year to take off. That's I'm telling about the groundwork. Because उसके पहले तो आप concept करते हो, सोचते हो whether to do or not, and उसके बाद जब आप groundwork में उतरते हो, it took an year for her to start it because people weren't agreeing to be a part of it. किसी ने देखा नहीं था, किसी ने सुना नहीं था, क्या होगा, क्यों होगा, and that time even to ask somebody to pay 1000 rupees, क्यों दूंगी? You know, she was trying to talk to people, going, meeting them, trying to convince them कि आप आओ करो, you know, शौक से करो, don't worry about it. Even if you're not doing it professionally, just put your hobby out. And people weren't ready. So मुश्किल से 22 people agreed on it, and उसके बाद we never turned back. The second local that happened, that we'd already jumped to 70 plus participants. So that one jump was from 1200, 1500 people to crossing 10,000 people in the same year, in from local 1 to local 2. So that gave us the push, that gave us the confidence that yes, this is something right and the city needs it, and then we never looked back. So that was it. In terms of hurdles, I would like to tell you that we've always believed in doing things from hands. We try very less on depending on other people when it comes to local, because work done best is only when you're doing it yourself. So anybody who's looking at or doing something apart from your mainstream job, please only do it only if you can give it time, whatever little time. Consistency is needed, because otherwise without passion, I don't think you can achieve success ever. So it's only your passion that will drive you, and local is the passion that we all three right now is driving us. It's not about the money, of course that is important because you have people under you who are working under you, but more than money, it's also about passion, what keeps us running. So there are late nights at the venue, Shilpi has seen it. We are working when needed, there are weather conditions, we are working at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the night. We get up early and the whole team is amazing. They all support us. They see us working. That's why our team is always there backing us. Now imagine if I am at home sleeping that okay, my team will handle. Will they be working as hard? They won't, right? Because we don't care, so why will they care? So it's always your efforts and then your team will follow, is what I have believed and I have experienced in my own life. Being a woman, the biggest hurdle and the most frustrating hurdle that I have faced being a part of local and on the field job, which has changed over the years, but yet there is a क्या बोलना चाहिए? It is there, and people don't value women, or they don't like taking command from women. I don't know why. Raipur is much better, but we went outside Raipur. We went to Bhilai, we went to Bilaspur. The vendors, they are not ready to listen to me. So I mean, they like, I am talking to them and they are just sleeping. I was like, don't do this. So it has happened क्योंकि आपको टेंट वाले से बात करनी होती है, आपको लाइट वाले से बात करनी होती है, and that class of people, I'm sorry, is not evolved enough that they will take command from you. So we've faced hurdles like that also. और फिर हम खुद करने लगे हैं, तब फिर उनको लगता है अच्छा ये सीरियस है, मैडम जाएगी नहीं तो कर लेते काम उनके साथ. So that is there, and it's a sad scene, but yes, I think our country is evolving, and धीरे धीरे if we will take that first step, all these things will get better with time. But you shouldn't get discouraged ever if that is happening to you. Just keep doing your bit and you'll see the change around you. Anybody else has anything?
So Namrata,
Yeah.
the social media presence is very, very strong.
Yeah.
And I think locals की जब campaigning शुरू होती है तो everywhere we see local का ad. So how do you do that? Like how did you get so many followers and such a big community? It all happened through your good work, or was there any special effort taken?
Right. So, Shilpi, social media, if I tell you the truth, it's a way of storytelling.
One of my wishes like that. So one says the Thastu.
No, no. In today's world, if you have money, you can do social media. You just have to pay for your social media and you will get what you want. But in local, we try and believe in organic growth. And the only thing that we are doing is we are telling you a story. We are showing you everything that we want you to come and feel with us in our events. That is the only thing that we are doing. So जितना हम organic और legit बता रहे हैं, आप खुद imagine करो, if I am showing you some picture on social media and when you come to my events, that's not there. Would you come again to that? You'd never step in again, right? You are getting what you're seeing, what we are promising. So that is the only magical funda to apply for social media. Be authentic, be genuine and be persistent. Everything else will fall in place. Something that you are not, don't show it on social media. Something that you can't do or you do not do yourself, don't tell it to others to do it. I think being authentic in this world is what should be there, and that's the right use of social media also. And trust me, we are all learning. So social media the local campaigning was always happening from the handle The Local In, but the local tube was born during COVID. Because all of us were sitting at home with nothing to do, and imagine when we depended on events only and COVID hit, we couldn't do events anymore. There was no gathering of people, right? How do you then survive? We had an office and we didn't want to lay them off. Like, what do you do with them? So that was the only time we came up with the idea of launching a full-blown influencer handle or channel where you could give out the important information to people at that time which was most needed. So we made guides, we helped people with important medicines at that time, and we retained our team. In fact, we hired more team during the COVID times because that was the work that was needed at that time, and it was just born right up at that time in the situation. Yeah, and then we never closed it down because suddenly there was this surge of social media everywhere. People had got addicted to it, and in Raipur again the same thing. How do you know what is happening in your community or in your city? Social media is the best way to do it. So all of you, if you're not following the local tube, follow it now. Let me see some increase in the followers today. So again our funda behind the local tube is to tell you what's happening in the city, what's good, what's not, what is the happening things, what is new that's launching, where can you get whatever you need. You can always ask us questions at the tube. We keep getting questions like, I need this, where can I get this? We need to look for a place for our wedding, or questions like this, and we've become like those yellow pages. So everybody keeps asking us and we keep telling them, and we love doing it because it's good, right? If you know about your city, where can you find things easily? So yeah. आप भी कुछ पूछना चाह रहे? 1 second, ना बेटा? Yeah.
Can I be a part of local?
Of course. Why not? We always welcome people. Anything. हाँ?
मैं चाहता हूँ इस तरह से किसी चीज़ में मतलब.
Definitely. So see, local में एक बहुत simple formula है. If you have something for the local, you're always welcome. Like if you can sing, if you can draw, if you can manage people, if you can stand on field with us, if you can do anything, we can always welcome people. Always, all the time. So please get in touch with me later. हमारा farmers market आ रहा है December में. Yeah, beta. Yeah, 1 second.
So I had 2 questions.
Okay.
And one is that how are you able to find unique ideas for youngsters? Like how are you able to find those unique ideas? Because recently I went to locals and I was quite enthralled because I felt that the place is like just for me, and
How nice.
it's really liking me. So I just want to know that. And second is that what's your main objective? Like, I just want to know that what's the problem you're solving? Like, why is this local happening and what's there in you which is not there in other events? Because I think there are many competitors in this place. Plus, Raipur is having many events.
Yeah.
So, what's there unique in that?
Thank you. I'll answer both of it. Coming to the first question, ki how do we pick the young nerve, right? I think having a younger team. They give us all the ideas. No, so I'll tell you, all of us, we have a child inside us and we all want to do funny, fancy, smaller things, right? Maybe you would want to paint even if you are a 30-year-old or a 40-year-old. Maybe you would want to, have you all eaten candy floss when you were younger? Do you still eat it? You still eat it how often compared to when you were younger? Lesser, right? We all used to throw tantrums in front of parents, right? But we don't do that anymore. We in fact say, no, don't do it, right? But the gap between both of it, we have those things inside us, but we are not able to express it. So we are just tapping on that. You would want to, after being 50-year-old also, take a spray paint in your hand where nobody is stopping you कि आपको अपना घर साफ नहीं करना पड़ रहा है, just a place to just go berserk with that. So we just created a space like that. So it's all coming from inside you. Small little activities where you can engage and you can just let it be. जहाँ लोगों को आके वो fear नहीं है कि हमें ये साफ करना पड़ेगा, हमें ये उठाना पड़ेगा, हमें ये कुछ खराब हो जाएगा या कुछ टूट जाएगा. Just a place for you to come, chill, vibe, enjoy, meet other people, interact and be with your community. That's the whole sense of community and that is what the purpose of the local is. Like our main purpose is the sense of belonging. You would want to be in Raipur. See, now when you're young, you would want to go out and study. But जब आप बाहर जाओगे, आपको रायपुर में जो sense of belonging मिल रही है अभी, when people know you. Now, right now, if you tell me, I wouldn't want to go and settle in any other city. People know me. It's my community. People, I can go, I can approach people. They can always be there for me, right? But if 20 years back, if you'd asked me, I would not want to settle in Raipur. वो feeling क्यों आई? Because मैंने एक connection बनाया, है ना? So that networking, that connection is important. आप rooted हो जाते हो. तो local आप कोशिश ये कर रहा है कि आप अपनी community के साथ जुड़ो. आपके लिए एक वो सेंस ऑफ बिलोंगिंग, कैसे आप अपनी फैमिली के साथ जुड़े हुए होते हो, राइट? वो सेंस ऑफ बिलोंगिंग होनी चाहिए. लोकल सिर्फ वही कोशिश कर रहा है कि आपको आपकी सिटी के साथ एक सेंस ऑफ बिलोंगिंग आनी चाहिए. Somebody was asking. Yes.
I have been
It's okay. Yeah.
When it was held at Gaurav
Yeah.
and then at a business park,
Yeah.
I have seen the transition.
Yeah.
But the theme of that place is always so vibrant because I have been from Delhi, my studies are from Delhi. The environment I used to crave when I came here, I can see that things there. I had one of my in-laws here, he's from Ludhiana, and he used to say that I don't see these kind of things over there. So how can, it's a brilliant thing which you are doing, just a token of appreciation.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Social media presence, like something which is off the chart.
Yeah.
We don't see many companies doing that kind of work on social media.
Yeah.
So kudos for that.
Thank you so much. I'll just tell you again, coming back to my one point, आप खुद जितना involved हो, that is the only reason. The more passionate you are, the better work you can, and you all can see that, right? You will see our faces, you will all see us doing the work on ground. You will never see some vendor doing something and we are fabricating the story and I'm just coming in last minute and oh मैं ये कर रही हूँ sort of. No, it is all genuine. So yeah.
Apart from the local, ma'am mentioned that you have another business.
Yeah.
So can you please tell us something about that?
Yes.
How it started?
Yes. So about Baya, and I am managing that single-handedly. It's a vegan brand. Initially, I didn't start it vegan, so I started with Juttis, and that time Juttis were not the hot thing. It just was trending after that. But when I started Juttis and sitting in Raipur, एक प्रॉब्लम जो मैंने फेस की थी उस समय भी कि यहाँ पर बहुत सारी स्किल्ड लेबर नहीं है. From where I come from, Jaipur, that's a hub of skilled labor. Like वहाँ पे आप हाथ से इतना काम होता है, jewelries, embroideries, there is so much of culture abundance there, जो मुझे यहाँ नहीं मिल रहा था. So it was challenging for me at that time also कि मैं रायपुर में बैठी हूँ, मुझे मेरा मटेरियल कहीं से सोर्स करना है, मुझे मेरी डिज़ाइनिंग यहाँ करनी है, मुझे बनवाना कहीं है और जूती बनाने वाले भी यहाँ नहीं है. You know, it was just too much happening and it was a very tough thing to get in place क्योंकि यहाँ पे वो इंडस्ट्री नहीं है. For some reason this belt lacks that industry जो small scale grown. राजस्थान में तो आप देखो कि गांव के गांव कोई ब्लॉक प्रिंटिंग ही कर रहे हैं, वो गांव जाना ही उसी के लिए जाता है क्योंकि वहाँ ब्लॉक प्रिंटिंग होती है. तो वो चीज़ें अपने स्टेट में थोड़ी सी मिसिंग है. अब जाके थोड़ा बहुत आर्ट वगैरह आने लगा है, बट वी डोंट वैल्यू, तो बाहर वाले भी उतनी वैल्यू नहीं करते. सो इट इज़ टफ फॉर मी टू बाया को मैं स्टार्ट करूं और लोकल एक तरफ चल रहा है और मैं उसको हैंडल करूं. बट देन आई रियलाइज कि अगर मुझे कुछ करना ही है तो मैं लेदर में क्यों करूं. Why do I support something? So I am not vegan right now, but I thought if ever I want to turn into vegan, I don't have an option. If I want to wear good beautiful shoes, मुझे कहीं नहीं मिल रहे हैं. So that idea helped me give birth to Baya as a vegan brand. कि at least मैं एक जन थोड़े options create करूँगी तो हो सकता है आगे जाके लोग धीरे धीरे अप्रिशिएट करें कि जब मिलता है इसमें भी तो हम क्यों लेदर लेंगे. ऑप्शंस तो आए पहले. सो दैट वाज द रीज़न दैट आई वेंट इनटू वीगन. And the second option was, sorry to say, but men dress up really horribly with Indian clothes in terms of their shoes. They can wear everything that doesn't look good. मतलब if kurta pajama पहना है, they wouldn't have the right shoes to go with that, right? शेरवानी पहनी है या सूट पहना है. I don't know, our Indian men or women जो dressing sense एक होती है. So sorry, but I am little finicky about your appearance. So aesthetically I always felt कि there is that missing link. So that made me start with the men's shoes कि अपने Indian attires में those kind of shoes will look very nice and very elegant. So that is how I came with Juttis. But obviously हम वो pointed Juttis leather में नहीं बना सकती, तो I had to make it comfortable. Today we all want comfort, right? Because we are used to Skechers now. So we want comfort and memory foam. So I tried and combining loafers की styling, the comfort with the juti ka pattern on the top. That is how my Juttis joffers came in life, and they are doing great. But of course I'm not able to give as much time into that, but I am planning some very good things, and I've launched women also in that now, which is completely vegan and all hand embroidered, and I'm trying to put our traditional things into my shoes so that it has those Indian aesthetics. So it's doing fine, it's slow and steady, but I'm loving it, and that's just my passion to, you know, kind of my creativity, something that out of paper and in a product. So whenever anybody is wearing a Baya, it gives me a sense of satisfaction. Oh, my creativity is out there. So that's that.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, first of all, big thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Now,
Yeah.
I've never been to local.
My God. ऐसे क्यों किया?
Because I knew about it before Sahil came up with this.
Okay. Okay.
Now, local seems to be a very urban concept. What is your sense of belongingness that you said that a person was coming to your state? Because it's an urban concept. Now, if a person who is living in a metro city, he comes here, he'll come for something which is very villagish in nature. Now, whatever you said, I don't think so that it's very villagish in nature. It's very metro vibe that local is giving. So that is one question. That is it for the people who are there in the metros and coming back to their places again, or for the local people? Because then you're talking about local vendors and all. Second question is, what is your business model? Because please explain your business model, because I'm very intrigued that what are you making out of it?
Okay. Wow, direct question. What am I making out of it? My God. Okay. So सबसे पहले तो आपने पूछा कि बहुत अर्बन कॉन्सेप्ट है और इसमें लोकल So when we talk about local, we don't obviously mean villagers. देखो किसी की भी बेसिक, आप प्लीज़ बैठ जाओ अदरवाइज आ, हाँ, सो किसी की भी बेसिक नीड्स होती है और आप उस बेसिक नीड्स के बाद ही एंटरटेनमेंट वाले लेवल पर आते हो. सो ऑब्वियसली हम उन लोगों की बात कर रहे हैं हु आर एजुकेटेड, बट वी आर ऑल्सो टॉकिंग ऑफ पीपल हु आर लाइक अर्बन फार्मर्स. एंड ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से हियर. सो पहले क्या होता था, फार्मिंग किन के लिए होती थी? गांव वालों के लिए हु आर प्रॉबेबली नॉट एजुकेटेड इनफ. आज क्या हो रहा है, एजुकेशन के बाद पीपल आर गोइंग बैक टू फार्मिंग बिकॉज दे नो दे कैन मेक अ डिफरेंस इन दिस इंडस्ट्री, right? So that is called urban farming. So what local is doing now, we have participants. I'll tell you so many brands who just started as an hobby and now it's a full-fledged business. अगर आपने local, I should have got the magazine here. आपने अगर magazine हमारी देखी होगी, उसमें cover page पे जिन लोगों की photos हैं. So one of them is Sonia Bafna, H3 Cafe, जो पहले जानते होंगे. You know, she started with just putting a dosa stall out of her passion. She has this love for food and she had an idea. जैसे हम काफ़ी लोग घर में कुछ अपने अपनी रेसिपीज़ बनाते हैं, हम कुछ करते हैं, दोस्त बोलते हैं अरे बहुत अच्छा बना है, वेरी डिफरेंट, बट हम कभी उसको बाहर नहीं लाते. देखो हर चीज़ में ना कमर्शियल पर्पस नहीं होता है. कभी कभी क्या होता है, आपको वो कॉन्फिडेंस बाहर वाले देते हैं अंदर, ठीक है. सो जब सोनिया ने, शी इज़ फ्रॉम अ जैन फैमिली एंड शी वॉज अ कंप्लीट प्रॉपर हाउसवाइफ, एंड उसने सिर्फ एक शौक से H3 का वो स्टॉल लगाया. इट डिड सो वेल फॉर हर, उसको वो बूस्ट मिला और उसने क्या किया, थोड़ी प्लानिंग के साथ उसने कैफ़ेज़ डाले. कैफ़ेज़ डिड रियली वेल, बट आई थिंक कोविड हिट तो उस समय उसका शट हुआ. शी केम बैक स्ट्रॉन्गर with catering business, and not chota mota catering business, it's a luxury catering business that she does. And today if you ask her, उसके पास टाइम नहीं है. So something that was born out of passion, now because she was passionate about her taste palette, about her cooking skills, या about the recipes that she had in mind, that just pushed her कि आप आओ लोगों को बताओ. और जो आउटसाइड वैलिडेशन की मैं बात कर रही थी, जो कभी कभी हमें ज़रूरत होती है कि अपने घर वाले तो अपने लिए अच्छा बोलेंगे, ठीक है, लेकिन जब आपको बाहर के 1000 लोग आपका खाना खाने आ रहे हैं एंड दे आर डिमांडिंग कि आपका कैफ़े कहाँ है, आप कहाँ करते हो, तो आपको क्या मिलता है, कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता है कि चलो ये मेरा टाइम है कि मुझे कुछ करके देखना चाहिए अब. सो उस तरीके से जो लोकल में लोग थे, जो कम्युनिटी की मैं बात कर रही हूँ, वो सारे लोग, वो टैलेंट यहाँ पे घरों में है, लेकिन उन्हें वो मौका नहीं मिल रहा था, वो कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं मिल रहा था टू कम आउट एंड वेंचर इट फॉर देमसेल्व्स. वो प्लेटफॉर्म लोकल ने दिया. सो आप इसको अर्बन बता रहे हो या विलेज, मतलब मुझे नहीं पता वो कॉन्सेप्ट में ये कैसे फिट होगा, लेकिन इट इज़ वेरी मच, एवरीथिंग इज़ वेरी मच रूटेड टू द ग्राउंड, बट वी आर एन एजुकेटेड क्लास ऑफ सोसाइटी which we want to do more for ourselves. So life is not just about doing a job, earning money, eating and sleeping. We all crave for more than that in our life, and that is what local is helping you achieve. Your ikigai, if I may say, something, your passion which is helping you earn money also, so which is your second hustle or a third hustle, you know, something like that. So obviously your main job is there to support you and help you, but what is it that is making you happy from inside? That is what we are trying to give it to people. And my business model. देखो कोई भी business model में of course you need money, investment to start with it, and you need to have a balance between how much you're putting back in your events and how much you are saving for yourself. So business model जो हमने शुरू किया था, there was obviously a lot of investment of all sorts. बिकॉज हम बहुत सारा काम 5 ही लोग करते थे, हाथ से करते थे, एंड वी डिडंट हैव द मनीज टू, एंड वी डिडंट वांट टू टेक फ्रॉम आवर फैमिलीज. वी आर ऑल कमिंग फ्रॉम वेरी वेल टू डू फैमिलीज, बिजनेस हाउसेज, एंड पीपल थिंक कि हमारे पास बहुत पैसा है तो हम आसानी से कर लेते, बट नो, वी डिड इट ऑल ऑन आवर ओन. एंड सो देयर वाज नो फाइनेंशियल बैकिंग पर से, बट वी टुक मेनी स्टेप्स. हमने कुछ इवेंट्स में इन्वेस्टमेंट्स भी की है जो रिटर्न्स नहीं आए हैं, और कुछ इवेंट्स में जो मॉडल वर्क किया है जिसमें रिटर्न्स आए हैं, वी hold on to them. So that is the only funda that we followed, कि you try and find that balance between your incomes and your expenses where you are okay doing things further. So that's our only business model. Yeah. और specific नहीं बता सकती. Yes.
तो अगर आप कोई चीज़ अर्बन का रूरल में भी कर रहे हो, कंसीडरिंग रायपुर एज यू नो द स्मॉल टियर 2 और टियर 3 सिटी, वी आर मेकिंग दैट क्राउड फील लाइक कि अगर आप रायपुर से बाहर भी जा रहे हो तो उस चीज़ के लिए अगर जा रहे हो, इज ऑलरेडी देयर इन योर ओन सिटी, वी आर मेकिंग दैट वाइब्स क्रिएटेड फॉर इट अपॉर्चुनिटी आर गिविंग दैट द सेम क्राउड. डेफिनेटली जो बाहर के लोग हैं उनके लिए तो वो तो एक नोन चीज़ है, बट फॉर आई मीन फॉर द पीपल हु आर नॉट went outside, for them it's a new concept. तो वो एक प्लेटफॉर्म क्या आपके consider it like as a platform that you have seen outside. जैसे आपने नोटिस किया होगा कि जब येलो पेजेस या जस्ट दैट जब बॉर्न हुआ था तो यूएस का कंसेप्ट इंडिया में लेके आया. इट्स द सेम थिंग.
Even Ola. How economically feasible is this concept?
वो तो उन्होंने बहुत अच्छे से बताया कि 20 से 70 हो गए.
Do the math.
नहीं
नहीं, वाइबिलिटी देता है ऑब्वियसली. अपने टाउन में भी अभी भी जो आई टेल यू द मोस्ट डिफ़िकल्ट थिंग जो हमने फेस की है कि यहाँ पे लोगों को बहुत लग्जरी और बहुत आराम की आदत है. ठीक है, गेटिंग देम फ्रॉम फिलिंग द फॉर्म टू गेटिंग देम ऑनलाइन राइट नाउ इज़ ऑल्सो अ टास्क फॉर अस. We have to keep chasing them. Please form भर दो, please form भर दो, please form भर दो. And we are still hoping कि कोई एक दिन आएगा when people take us seriously and हम जब बोल रहे हैं भर दो और आप नहीं भर रहे हो तो हम आपको नहीं दे सकते हैं जगह. यहाँ पे लोग ऑफेंस में ले लेते हैं. They get offended. We all three of us get calls from different people. Sorry, जिनको कोई मुझे जानते हैं, कोई नीलू भैया को अप्रोच करते हैं, कोई पारुल को अप्रोच करते हैं. तो ये कल्चर ना अपना अभी भी इवॉल्व होना बाकी है कि लोगों को उसकी वैल्यू समझ में आनी चाहिए कि कोई अगर प्रोफेशनली कुछ करने की कोशिश कर रहा है तो आपको भी. बट आई थिंक इट्स अबाउट टाइम. लाइक धीरे 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 ही होगा, कोई ओवरनाइट तो स्विच होगा नहीं. एंड दैट इज़ द ओनली थिंग. सो अगेन बाहर में इट्स मच ईजियर. अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स पीपल आर रेडी टू पे यू अ लॉट ऑफ मनी. लेकिन अगर हम ट्राई नहीं करेंगे तो फिर कुछ चेंज ही नहीं आएगा. सो एज आई टोल्ड यू एवरीथिंग इज़ नॉट अबाउट मनी फॉर अस, but it's passion that's driving us, but of course keeping us afloat also. So we are happy, in a happy space right now. Yeah.
Small question from the events point of view.
Yeah.
You start the next local.
हाँ.
So उसके पहले कितने months की working होती है? कितना टाइम लगता है? How you divide the whole team into?
Yeah.
Production हो जाती है, conceptualization
Right.
होती है, then you start exhibition जो stalls लगाते हैं.
Right.
Overall पूरे एक event को host करने में how many months goes on?
See, community, we always start our season with community bazaar because वो हमारे लिए is like an elephant. उसमें ना बाकी सारे events का miniature form आ जाता है. If you look at community bazaar, it has food, it has music, it has shopping, it has workshop, it has something for kids. That is the culmination of all of our other events. So उसकी तैयारी करने के लिए हमें 3 महीने लगते हैं. From the time you start looking for sponsors, फ्रॉम द टाइम यू स्टार्ट मैपिंग योर इवेंट कि आप ग्राउंड पसंद कर रहे हो, उसकी लेआउट पे स्टार्ट. क्योंकि जब तक हम लेआउट नहीं बनाएंगे हम स्टॉल के फॉर्म्स नहीं बना सकते. जब तक हम फॉर्म नहीं बनाएंगे हम रजिस्ट्रेशंस ओपन नहीं कर सकते. सो देयर इज़ अ मंथ्स बैकवर्किंग बिफोर वी कम इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू कि ओके नाउ वी आर रेडी टू ओपन रजिस्ट्रेशंस. एंड उसके बाद की जो 2 महीने की, क्योंकि वो सारा 1 महीने में प्लान हो चुका होता है, उसके बाद टाइम होता है कि हम उस प्लान को एक्शन में डालें एंड वी गो अलॉन्ग विद व्हाट इज़ बिन प्लान. देन वी डोंट लुक बैक. थोड़े बहुत जो काम के साथ साथ में हर्डल्स आते हैं उसके हिसाब से जो चेंजेस करते हैं वो करते हैं. बट दैट 1 month ऑफ प्लानिंग इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज दैट इज़ अ टाइम वेर यू start visioning your event even before it has taken place. So that is how we work before any event. सब में 3 महीने नहीं लगते, सिर्फ कम्युनिटी बाजार में 3 महीने लगते हैं. Yeah.
When is your upcoming event?
December, farmers market. Yes, we are opening. We have opened soft registrations already, and farmers market we are doing 3 Sundays of December. We would all want you to be there. It's a morning event between 8 and 12 Sundays. Keep your Sundays with us. We'll have breakfast together and we'll listen to some soulful music and do some fun free workshops. So that's our event, our way of giving back to society. That's a no profit loss event. वी आस्क अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल टू कम शो देयर स्किल्स. जैसे अगर आप कोई चीज़ में अच्छे हो, फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट आप आओ, वहाँ पे लोगों से करवाओ, आप उनसे भी चार्ज मत करो, आप अपनी सर्विस दे रहे हो कम्युनिटी को, लोग आपसे सीख रहे हैं. उस इवेंट के बाद में इफ़ दे आर गेटिंग इन टच विद यू, ऑफ कोर्स टेक पेमेंट फॉर दैट, नो प्रॉब्लम. सो दैट इज़ व्हाट वी डू फ्रॉम आवर सेल्व्स, आवर वे ऑफ सोशल सर्विस बैक टू आवर कम्युनिटी, बिकॉज वी गेट सो मच लव फ्रॉम ऑल ऑफ यू. सो वो हो रहा है every Sunday in December starting from 10th, 3 Sundays. Yeah.
Anything local is planned for the social development or skill development, or because as you have a set platform, so you come up with some ideas?
See, from last 3 years, we've been trying to develop the handicrafts of our Chhattisgarh. Our longest dream is to bring our Chhattisgarh's handicrafts on the map. कि लोग उसको देखो, अभी जो फॉर्म है हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स का ना, वो हमारे तक नहीं पहुंच रहा है. वो जिस जगह में एग्जिबिट होता है या जहाँ पे हो रहा है, वो वाला क्राउड में हो रहा है जो प्रॉबेबली उसकी वैल्यू नहीं जानते. दे आर नॉट गेटिंग राइटली पेड फॉर दैट. एंड मैंने ये जो जगाड़ लगता है या जो गवर्नमेंट करवाती है, इनमें मैं गई हूँ. द काइंड ऑफ हैंडलूम, द काइंड ऑफ वीव्स दैट वी हैव, I think it has a great potential for exports also and for pan India also. And we've been trying to get in touch with government कि आप हेल्प करो, बिकॉज इन लोगों की ना कम्युनिटीज़ बन गई है और ये हमें एंटरटेन नहीं कर रहे. पर अगर कोई गवर्नमेंट बॉडी हमारे साथ होगी तो वो उनके थ्रू हमारे पास आएंगे, तो वी कैन गिव देम अ बेटर प्लेटफॉर्म. अनफॉर्चुनेटली दीज पीपल इतने समझते नहीं है, मैं या मैं क्या बोलूँ, वी आर स्टिल ट्राइंग, पर दिस इज़ आवर persistent ड्रीम बोलना चाहिए, दैट वी वांट दिस टू हैपन समडे. वी आर कंटिन्यूसली ट्राइंग कि यहाँ के हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स, यहाँ पे टेराकोटा आर्ट है, यहाँ पे कार्पेट्स बनते हैं जो हमने कभी अपने मार्केट्स में नहीं देखे. इतने चाइनीज़ इम्पोर्टर्स और हम सामान लेते हैं, हम सब कार्पेट्स घर में यूज़ करते हैं, पर हमने यहाँ के कार्पेट्स कभी देखे ही नहीं है. अब जो बेल मेटल का आर्ट है वो सिर्फ एक शो पीस बन गया है, राइट. लेकिन उसके इतने यूजेबल आर्ट फॉर्म्स हो सकते हैं, तो उनको एजुकेट करने के लिए एक मीडिएटर बॉडी चाहिए. वो सपोर्ट अभी तक हमें नहीं मिल रहा है. वी कांट गेट इनटू टेलिंग देम कि आप ये बनाओ और हम आपसे सामान उठा लेंगे. वी आर नॉट दोज पीपल. वी कैन गिव देम द प्लेटफॉर्म. सो हम एक मीडिएटर बॉडी ढूंढ रहे हैं जो लोगों के साथ काम करने को तैयार रहे एंड हम उनको वो प्लेटफॉर्म दे सकें. वी आर रियली ट्राइंग हार्ड. इफ़ यू नो एनीबडी प्लीज़ लेट अस नो. सो आर रियली एज बीइंग ट्रूली लोकल, वी रियली वांट कि एक दिन छत्तीसगढ़ के प्रोडक्ट्स बाहर जाएं. यहाँ पे कॉफ़ी भी ब्रू हो रही है, यहाँ पे वीव्स हैं, हैंडलूम्स हैं, यहाँ पे बेल मेटल का आर्ट है, यहाँ पे डोकरा आर्ट जो बोलते हैं, यहाँ पर टेराकोटा का आर्ट है, यहाँ पे कार्पेट्स बन रहे हैं, यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छे आर्टिस्ट हैं जो खैरागढ़ यूनिवर्सिटी से होते हैं. यहाँ पे बहुत सारे सिंगिंग एंड परफॉर्मेंस आर्टिस्ट भी हैं, बट उन्हें वो रिकग्निशन इंडिया लेवल पे अभी नहीं मिल रही है. सो जब हम अपना ऑडिशंस भी लेते हैं, हमने आर्टिस्ट बाहर से नहीं बुलाए. म्यूज़िक फेस्ट में वी हैव कॉल्ड, क्योंकि लोगों को एक वो म्यूज़िक फेस्ट का फील देने के लिए. बाकी वी ट्राई एंड गिव पीपल यहाँ पे प्लेटफॉर्म, ताकि लोग सुने, उनका टैलेंट देखें एंड दे गेट बेटर जॉब्स एंड दे गेट बेटर पेड फॉर दैट. अदरवाइज एक टाइम के बाद सब जन वो बैंड डिसमेंटल हो जाता है, सब अपने सीरियस जॉब में लग जाते हैं. दोज पैशंस आर लॉस्ट. सो इमेजिन इफ यू आर गेटिंग पेड फॉर योर पैशन, वुडंट यू वांट टू कीप ऑन डूइंग इट? दैट इज़ द ओनली प्रॉब्लम ना, यू आर नॉट गेटिंग पेड फॉर योर पैशन वेल. सो दैट इज़ वॉट वी आर ट्राइंग टू डू, कि किसी तरीके से लोगों को रिकग्निशन मिले ताकि दे कैन कीप ऑन डूइंग वॉट दे लव. So that's what we are trying to do.
Any future thought for the local to organize some corporate gatherings, so that corporate local gatherings?
Wow. Definitely, if you want me to do, we can do something for you. Why not? We can always do that for you.
Does this event has more of revenue rather than expenditure?
Sorry,
Do you all gain more of revenue rather than expenditure in this whole event local?
See, when it's coming to what you're earning and what you're not, it's a very delicate question in terms of not every event is same.
Yeah.
है ना, all the events are different. So when we are looking at our revenue structure, it is annually that we look at. So you can't look at one event, make money from that and sit at home. आपको वापस reinvest करना होता है. आपको फिर दूसरा, अगर आपको कुछ नया भी ट्राई करना है, you can't just sit back कि मेरा एक इवेंट सक्सेसफुल हो गया, अब मुझे कुछ नया ट्राई ही नहीं करना है. और कुछ भी नया ट्राई करेंगे तब इनिशियली उसमें पैसे लगेंगे till it starts giving you back the money. So it is like a constant process. Yes, we are earning, but again we are putting in to give something back back to the city. So that's how we can keep the cycle rotating all year long. Yeah.
As we are approaching close to the session, any other question? मैं लास्ट में इतना ही बोलना चाहूँगी कि लोकल्स में मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम जब मैं पार्टिसिपेट की थी तो मेरे साथ एक गर्ल थी, उनका काफ़ी फोर्स था कि आप मैम अपन लोकल में कुछ करते हैं, एंड वो मुझे एक वो दे दिया जिससे मैं कंटिन्यूसली आई वाज एसोसिएटेड विद लोकल फॉर नेक्स्ट टू इवेंट्स, एंड उसके बाद मुझे वो चीज़ इतनी मज़ा आ रही थी कि आई पार्टिसिपेटेड आउटसाइड रायपुर छत्तीसगढ़ ऑल्सो, लेकिन वहाँ पर मुझे वो सेंस ऑफ बिलोंगिंग जैसा नम्रता ने कहा कि हमें अपनापन का टच देते हैं इवेंट्स को, वो चीज़ वहाँ पे मिसिंग थी। तो मुझे लगा कि नहीं, वो जो चीज़ यहाँ पे है वो चीज़ उधर पे नहीं, पुणे की फ्ली मार्केट या पुणे में और बॉम्बे में और जबलपुर में। सो वी थॉट दैट इट इज़ वेरी गुड थिंग, एंड लोगों से नए लोगों से मिलने का, जुड़ने का एक अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है। बट येस, लोकल में जो अपनापन जो टच एक रहता है वो डेफिनेटली इनकी जो सोच है और इनका जो इनोवेशन है वो बहुत ही कमाल का है। और जो करेक्ट लोकल मैंने लास्ट अटेंड किया था तो हमें अपनी गाड़ी 1 किलोमीटर दूर पार्क करनी पड़ी, बिकॉज लोगों का जो रश था पैदल चलने वालों का, वो लग रहा था जैसे हम किसी मेले में आ गए हैं। और अंदर जब आप जाते हो तो लगता नहीं कि आप रायपुर में हो, क्योंकि वहाँ पे जो क्राउड है, जो यूथ है और जो माइंडसेट से लोग आते हैं, वो बिल्कुल ऐसा नहीं लगता है कि आप रायपुर के अंदर हो, आप कॉस्मोपॉलिटन सिटी में आ गए हो, ऐसा टाइप लगता है। So very good, and we are so glad, Namrata, that you shared your insights with us, and we are so eager. हम सबके faces से लग नहीं रहा है कि session end होना चाहिए, but yes, we have to switch it off, and I would like any final comments, Namrata?
I have given all of you piece of paper now. I need to conclude that. Yes. So आपने अपने piece of paper में जो लिखा है, एक बार अपने मन में just go read it again, please. That one thing that you want to do without the fear of failure. I will check yours later. Read? Yeah. Do you think you can give it a try now? Do you think you can at least start thinking about giving it a try and not procrastinate on it any longer? See the shape that you made. That's where you have limited yourself right now. It was just a fun exercise to tell you that we have all boxed ourselves in a kind of invisible boundaries and lines in life. We have limited ourselves, and with age we keep limiting ourselves. Have you ever heard the dialogue, अरे अब मैं 35 की हो गई हूँ, this doesn't suit me anymore, how can I do this? अपनी मम्माज़ बोलती है अब थोड़ी ना मैं ऐसे कर सकती हूँ, क्यों नहीं कर सकती हो? Of course there has to be a grace, a poise with age जो automatically आएगी when you let your inside passions come out in a constructive way. Constructive I said. So it was a very small exercise for all of you to give you a thought, a take back from today's session कि don't limit yourselves and find time, make peace with who you are, try and discover yourself, and the one thing that you are afraid of doing, do that, because that is your path to the self-discovery. So that was my takeaway. Yeah.
And
Tathastu. Yeah.
So, Pooja, you continue.